worry, guys. Trust me. Yes, Milan FM is here to help you enjoy your holidays, your Christmas holidays, as well as the New Year holidays as well. My name is Banjo Ade Tᴏᴏᴛs, otherwise known as Agbatomi, and of course I will be yes, of course, the host for the Thursday edition for yes, this show, talking about Sport Cruise live from 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos, the best drive time sports show you can find anywhere, not just in Lagos but also across the board, across Nigeria, across the borders, as a matter of fact. And I won't be doing it alone today. Yes, of course, the stubborn man himself also has resumed duty today. He was absent yesterday, but he also decided to also partake in today's edition.
It's not your fault.
It's
because you want Southampton. As we don't win Southampton, you don't be saying, don't worry now.
Funny enough, Okwes said something yesterday. He said, shey this guy will be able to come to the office today like this. I said, don't worry now. He should be able to come. But anyways, Akinta is here after being missing in action yesterday. Decided to just stroll into the office just a few minutes before the show.
Few minutes.
Few minutes now. See, I said I'll cast you, guy.
When you say few minutes, you think that I just came in right now?
It's the same thing now. Few minutes. Okay. Anyways, Okwemi Akionde is also yes, unavailable today. You have to go settle one or two things. Just like
official assignment.
Yeah, exactly. And he will be returning back to the squad next week. But don't worry, I and Okwemi will also try as possible.
You are
and Akintaye rather.
Calm down.
Yesterday it was Ann Okwemi and there was no issue.
Calm down.
Just leave me be, I beg. Let me. Anyways, yesterday it was the final of the new FIFA competition. Talking about the FIFA Intercontinental competition that Real Madrid won yesterday. They defeated Pachuca, the club from Mexico, yesterday. 3 goals from the 3 forwards for Real Madrid. Talking about Rodrigo, Vinicius Junior, as well as Kylian Mbappé yesterday. By the way, Vinicius Junior gave Kylian Mbappé the assist. And on Tuesday as well, I don't think we were present that day. That Vinicius Junior went home with the FIFA the Best award, and that's the one we all recognize.
I don't know what you mean by
apart from the one
I could remember the 2022. I think 2022 was, if I'm not mistaken, where Benzema won the Ballon d'Or and Messi won the FIFA Best. And we still have people like you that will still be complaining that it was that now that the FIFA does not matter, the Ballon d'Or matters.
The FIFA itself is the original.
Around, I don't know. if you look at it, the coaches had more votes for Rodri. Where Vinicius had more of his votes, had the chunk of his votes were actually from the fans voting. But aside from that, the media voted Rodri ahead of Vinicius. The coaches voted Rodri ahead of Vinicius. The players slightly the votes between the players actually voted. I believe they just wanted to just give him just a sympathy that since Rodri has won the Ballon d'Or, let us just vote for Vinicius. But aside from that, I cannot take anything away from what he had last season. It was brilliant for Real Madrid. But this time around, it's still unclear, and I'm waiting to see what the PR machine would be like by this time next year when the awards are coming around. Because this time around, we clearly know who is actually dominating the scenes. If a player that won the FIFA Best, that wasn't even the best player of his club, that wasn't even the best player of the league he played in, that tells you a lot.
Anyways, yesterday, we also got the confirmation as well that Luka Modric is now the most decorated player in the history of Real Madrid. He has now won 28 trophies, and that's just
one reason why he does not want to retire.
One more after Dani Carvajal in that particular one. Anyways, apart from that, guys, yes, there are also games yesterday in the EFL Cup, also known as the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. Arsenal came back rather to defeat Crystal Palace after getting behind in that particular one. I think that was a mistake by Akio.
It was just a Mateta.
Showing the strength exactly against Kyrgios.
If it were to be another striker or another player, perhaps he could have had an edge. But because he had a big, strong lad, in person of Mateta, and he showed and he overpowered him. Exactly. A great one to see Jesus getting back his scoring boots after his
Jᴏɪᴜ
last goal
has not scored
in
since January 2024.
So and it's nice. It's nice scoring a few days to Christmas.
I mean, it's Christmas.
Mary must be happy. Mary must be happy.
Anyway, yesterday, what I feel, to be honest, was that Jᴏɪᴜ was sometimes unplayable yesterday. I think for the first 45 minutes, he was nowhere to be found. But then the second minute, when he brought on the likes of Martin Odegaard as well as Bukayo Saka gave him, I think,
the second
assist, exactly.
Yeah.
And, he also decided as well, talking about Mikel Arteta also decided as well to bring in their defenders now, Gabriel Magalhaes as well as William Saliba to show up defense. Eddie Nketiah as well also scored a goal.
Yeah, you can't blame Arteta. He talked about, and that's when a manager with when I don't want to say, I don't want to get myself in trouble, but let me just say this: when you have a manager that is already counting Community Shield as a trophy that he has won, that tells you a lot about the mentality of such managers.
I can tell you,
you can't blame him from
Mikel Arteta had not won a trophy since 2020.
That is why he said that he has won Community Shield, and that too should count that he has won 2 trophies, and that tells you of the mentality of a manager. So you can't blame him for bringing in the big guns yesterday. It was a London derby; it could go and it could swing anywhere.
The North and the West derby.
Yeah, Crystal Palace came in very strong in the first half. In the second half, it felt like maybe his team talk just came to play, and they proved that they are not just a set-piece merchant.
Exactly.
And they actually proved great goals. The first goal was a brilliant one. A beautiful chip. And, in PlayStation, we call that just small chip. And that's an L1 and box. That's just a very low chip.
For people that play PlayStation.
Yeah, they know what I'm saying. Just a very low chip over the goalkeeper. And we saw the second goal and the third goal are just quite identical. More like same position and same way he slots the ball.
Exactly.
It's a great win for us now. Now they just have to wait for Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur tonight. Then we can know who they will face in the semi-final. It's going to be Liverpool, if it's going to be Newcastle, or it's going to be Tottenham or Manchester United.
Anyways, there's also going to be a game as well later today, and it's a very, very big game. We're talking about Tottenham Hotspur up against the Manchester United. But then, yes, we are due for our first break. Let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll also talk about all of these things, and then we'll see where we'll go from there. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos. Chai, my head oh.
Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? Eh?
My village people don't come again oh.
This one with your body hot so, you don't do test?
Yes, see result oh.
Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am.
Thank you Oga Luta. I don't dey kampe.
Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
As the years they go, we dey work for Joe. Some days you fast, some days you slow. Many highs and lows, but we carry go. Nothing go stop our doing so. Now the night just spirit, yes we move. With family, there's love at home. We know say Christmas, it don't come over. Blow the trumpet, in parampe.
Hello, I go. Everywhere you go. Everybody go lo lo lo. We go enjoy.
So make we celebrate. It's a yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. When you hear the bedroom, everybody celebrate. It's a yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. We do it anyway, any place.
Disconnect from distractions. Go make a difference this season. Merry Christmas from MTN.
Chai, my head oh.
Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? Eh?
My village people don't come again oh.
This one with your body hot so, you don't do test?
Yes, see result oh.
Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am.
Thank you, Oga Luther. I don't dey kampe.
Luther, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luther. Malaria's in big trouble.
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 naira airtime and 2,000 naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
Chai, my head oh.
Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan?
My village people don't come again oh.
This one with your body hot so. You don't do test?
Yes, see result oh.
Oga landlord, no be your village people. Na malaria. You need Luther. Luther na better medicine. We dey knock down malaria. Oya see am. Take am.
Thank you, Oga Luther. I don't dey kampe.
Luther, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luther. Malaria's in big trouble.
For every 6 shares I hold, I get one more.
What are you doing?
I am counting the numbers I get from over 5 billion shares. FBN Holdings is giving existing shareholders the chance to buy more shares at 25 naira each. This means that you can get one new one for every 6 you own. Don't miss out. Own a share of tomorrow with FBN Holdings rights issue. The offer opens from the 4th November to 12th December 2024. Visit your stockbroker or any First Bank branch to get started. You can also access the offer directly on your First Mobile Banking app. FBN Holdings. Own your share of tomorrow.
As the years they go, we dey work for dough. Some days it fast, some days it slow. Many highs and lows, but we carry go. Nothing go stop our doing so. Now the night just spirit, yes we move. With family, there's love at home. We know say Christmas, it don't come over. Blow the trumpet, in parampe.
Hello, I go. Everywhere you go. Everybody go lo lo lo. We go enjoy.
So make us celebrate. It's a yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. When you hear the bell, everybody celebrate. It's a yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. We do it anyway, any place.
Disconnect from distractions. Go make a difference this season. Merry Christmas from MTN.
pé fún ìdíkòwò mẹ́fà tí mo ti ní mo ní àǹfààní ẹyọ kan sí i.
Ewu lẹ gbé ṣírò lè báyìí.
mo ń ṣe òǹkàyé tí mo lè ní nínú ìdíkòwò bílíọ̀nù márùn-ún ni nítorí FBN Holdings ìtẹ́pẹpẹ ìdíkòwò fún àwọn tó jẹ́ onípín ìdíkòwò wọn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. èyí já sí pé àwọn tó ti ní ìpín wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí ní àǹfààní láti ní ìpín kan sí i lórí ìpín mẹ́fà tí wọ́n ti ní. ní ìpín ọjọ́ ọ̀la pẹ̀lú FBN Holdings ìpín ìdókòwò yìí ìdókòwò bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ 4 oṣù kọkànlá di ọjọ́ 12 oṣù kejìlá ọdún 2024. kàn sáwọn olùṣòwò ìpín ìdíkòwò rẹ tàbí ẹ̀ka ilé ìfowópamọ́ First Bank. bákan náà ni o lè ra ìpín rẹ lórí First Mobile app rẹ. FBN Holdings ní ìpín nínú ọjọ́ ọ̀la.
You started your day with a click. Devices in hand working swiftly. With every click comes a risk inside. And one day, they all shut down. But the HMS is the answer. HMO for your devices. With your e-card, you get premium services. DHMS everywhere you go.
Get DHMS, the HMO for your devices from IT Service Desk Africa, the first subscription-based device health support service in Nigeria. Enjoy comprehensive IT and roaming support, data security, and maintenance of all your devices. Call 070-799-35788 or visit itservicedeskafrica.com to get started.
Chai, my head oh.
Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan?
My village people don't come again oh.
This one with your body hot so. You don't do test?
Yes, see result o.
Oga landlord, no be your village people o. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am.
Thank you, Oga Luther. I don't dey kampe.
Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luther. Malaria's in big trouble.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Nostalgic feeling on radio. Introducing classic hits from way back.
I am Biodun Olawale, the chairman for the Nigerian Rugby League Association.
Adizi Precious Innocent, the joint captain of Nigerian National Rugby League player.
My name is Rachel Ilya. I'm a loose forward for the Nigerian Rugby League.
Hi guys, my name is Ian. I'm a player for the National Rugby League.
Hi, my name is Chika from the Nigerian Rugby League.
You're listening to Sport Cruise on 98.3 FM. Don't touch that down.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
After the reggae, play the blues. A blues, a blues. Make you do, as I do, I do, I do. Enjoy yourself, baby boo. A boo, a boo. Even your boo.
All right, yes, welcome back to Sport Cruise Live on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And if you're just joining us, yes, we started well over 20 minutes ago, and now don't worry, guys. Trust me, you're here to miss a lot. I can tell you, yes, of course, just like we mentioned, yes, joins me on the program today, and unfortunately, Okoyemi will be joining us from next week. All right, but then before we also continue, let's also take a look games that went down yesterday, just like we mentioned in the AFL Cup. Newcastle United defeated Brentford 3-1 with Sandro Tonali getting 2 goals. I think Newcastle are now getting to reap the rewards of Sandro Tonali. I mean, last year, unfortunately, it was banned due to the betting incident, but I think he has also come on good for Newcastle this season. And for Liverpool as well, they defeated Southampton as well away from home 2-1. Goals from Harvey Elliott as well as Darwin Núñez gave Liverpool the win in that particular fixture. And in the Spanish La Liga as well yesterday, it was it was a night of draw soup in the Spanish La Liga. 2 games ending in a draw. Yes, Espanyol versus Valencia ending in 1-1 draw, just as Villarreal as well as Vallecano as well also played out a 1-1 draw in that particular one. And in the French League on as well, AS Monaco as well as Paris Saint-Germain ended in a 4-2 win for PSG yesterday with Ousmane Dembele getting 2 goals. Nasty injury as well to Gianluigi Donnarumma in that particular. The defender now, the Monaco defender has also come out to also apologize to Donnarumma. But I mean, I saw the injury. It was a lot of stitches that were done on his face, and I think that's going to make him stay out of action for a very, very long time. And the Coppa Italia as well, right there in Italy, it was a footballing lesson for Cesena FC by Atalanta at 6-1 in favor of Atlanta. But the current CAF Player of the Year award, Ademola Lookman, was left out of this particular fixture altogether. Exactly. I mean, do you see the way Atlanta celebrated his return?
He's currently their best player. He is their most prized asset at the moment. And when you have your most prized asset at the moment, you just have to prove to him that you have to value him, and that's one of the ways that you could value him in terms of just show him that you are welcome, you are always our hero.
Exactly.
And when he leaves, no matter how he leaves, he will still be regarded as as a cult hero for Atalanta, and it's really nice to see Nigerians getting the flowers. We saw the likes of Osimhen, we saw the the city of Naples received him, had murals of him all over the city, all over the city in Naples. And this time around, we will start seeing the murals of Ademola Lookman
as well,
winning them their first title,
Serie A title,
not just Serie A, their first title.
That's in
over 60 years, and that tells you a lot. And like what Osepe said, he talked about that kudos and credit should also be given to Gasparini for how he pushed Ademola to where he is today, and without a shadow of doubt, we have to give it to him.
Let me put you on the spot now. Imagine you are Ademola Lookman, fresh from winning the CAF Player of the Year, 14th in the Ballon d'Or rankings as well, and let's imagine you are Ademola Lookman. What exactly would you be doing? Would you be leaving Atlanta when the ovation is at the loudest, or you perhaps stay for one more season?
Well, it's not about staying for one more season. He has been in Atlanta for, I think, 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken. So
2 years.
He has won the European trophy for them. He is likely or hopefully might win the Serie A title for them. And if he has done that, he is in his prime.
Exactly. It's 25.
It's 27.
27.
Yes. Next year is going to be 28. And when he's 28, he knows that this is his last chance to get a money bag move. And when you are at that stage in your career, everything matters. The club matters. The fee as well matters. Would Atlanta get him his dream? He's already at that stage, where he is already feeling like he is one of the best in the world. And when you already have that feeling and that knack of being the best in the world, it means that you also want to be with the big boys. You also want to win the biggest trophy. It's not about winning the Europa. Europa is an achievement at that stage that he was last season. But currently, at the stage he is being nominated as well for one of the best forwards in the world by FIFA, finishing 14th in Europe,
in the Ballon d'Or rankings.
In the Ballon d'Or rankings, winning the Player of the Year, winning the Player of the Year for his confederation, and likely to also be the MVP for the Serie A as well, if they keep on going with the way they are going.
And then they eventually end up winning the Serie A.
Yeah, and my prayer for him is just to stay injury-free. Even if he's going to have an injury, it should not be a serious injury, because an injury-free season for him would actually be a very good one for Atalanta. Not just for Atalanta, but also for himself, which means that next season he can go for the big move and can go for the money, and as well for a bigger club.
Akintayo, talking about the big move. Now, I mean, you take a look at the clubs in Europe. In the English Premier League, the likes of Manchester City, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Manchester United, Arsenal. In the Spanish La Liga as well, maybe Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. In the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund. I really don't believe Atlanta want to sell Ademola Lookman to another Italian club.
No.
So no. I'm going somewhere. What is the best club scenario for Ademola Lookman? Now you talk about a big money move. Amongst these clubs across board in Europe, these big clubs, the big boys in Europe, just like what you mentioned. Now, it's not just about moving to a big club. It's about also getting the money right, because he also has to earn well and earn as one of the big boys as well. Now, out of all the big boys, the big clubs in Europe, Akintayo, what would you feel would be the best club Ademola Lookman will be moving to? Talking about a big club in Europe.
Well, it's still early days. You really can't tell about the best place to be, because it's not really about the position of the club. You have to look at, will they align with his own philosophy? Will they limit his expression? One of the things that made Ademola shine under Gasparini is he has been given that freedom to express himself.
Exactly.
You see him with the ball, almost every attack of Atalanta passed through him. And now when he goes to a bigger club, and it's similar to what Van der Vaart talked about Mbappe. There's a difference between when you are the biggest fish in the pond, and there's a difference between that
when there are other big fishes as well.
Being one of the biggest fishes. Or the big fishes. So it's different from being the biggest fish to being one of the big fishes. Because when you are one of the big fishes, everything matters. Your touch matters. Everything matters. If at Atlanta, if he has a dog game, nobody really cares. Nobody really looks at it. But if it goes to a team like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, Liverpool, not Liverpool. Then it goes to a team like Barcelona, Real Madrid, and he has an off day, they would come for him.
Exactly, the fans will come for him.
Now they'll be like, you know, the price tag, the money, and everything. So it's not. I can't really say that. I can't sit here and say this is the best club for him. It also matters about the, like I said, the direction of the club, and as well, would they align it with his own ideology? Would they make him feel important? Would they? It's not just about just being with the big boys. Would he also be able to contribute? There's no point in him moving to a club where he has to sit and hand
on the bench.
I see Ademola Lookman does not strike me as a player that wants to just earn the money. He strikes me as a player that wants to compete. I've seen this boy play for the under-20s for England, winning the under-20s for England. Still the same boy, played for Everton, did not had the success in Everton, moved to Leipzig, didn't get the success that I would have expected, went to Leicester, went to Fulham.
Fulham.
Then
he also played at a point for Everton as well.
No. He played for Everton. From Everton, he went to Leipzig,
Leipzig.
Fulham, then move where he had the chance to actually make Fulham stay up, but instead he went for a Panenka, and he talked about it even in his acceptance speech.
Exactly.
And said he failed in front of the world 4 years ago, and now he has not conquered the world, but he has actually moved in that direction. And with the way he's going, I wouldn't be surprised if he moves further up in the Ballon d'Or ranking. Perhaps maybe it could be. He has had multiple Man of the Match awards. He is currently en route to being one of the best players in Europe next season, and so by the end of this season. And all we can do is just wish him injury-free, and that's what I'm consistent about: injury-free, injury-free, injury-free.
Anyways, let's just hope for the best for Ademola Lookman, and then hope that he can be able to lead Atlanta to their first ever serial title as well come May next year. All right, guys, let's also move away from that very, very quickly. By the way, we are streaming on Facebook. Yes, I just search for us at 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos, and you find us there. We are streaming on Facebook. We are also live as well on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and then search as well for 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos, and then you get to see our beautiful faces. My beautiful face, by the way, and not Akintayo. Anyways, let's leave. Let's leave it on the outside, Akintayo, and also take a look at the games that would be played later today. A big game in England, by the way. Talking about Carabao Cup quarterfinal, Tottenham up against Manchester United. We'll come back to talk about that, by the way. But then, yes, the UEFA Europa League, the UEFA Europa Conference League has also resumes today. Match day 6 later today, and all of the games will be played by 9 p.m. due to the fact that there are not going to be other, UEFA games as well later today as well. And for Chelsea, they are up against Shamrock Rovers, and that game is going to start by 9 p.m. Tonight. By the way, Chelsea as well they've also won their last 5 games, and they are top of the UEFA Europa Conference League table, in that one. And later tonight it's going to be against that Shamrock Rovers, and yeah, exactly. But I mean, I feel that's a game that Chelsea should be winning anyway. I really don't expect Chelsea to even lose to any club in the UEFA Europa Conference League this season.
Of course. I think what will be the downfall of Chelsea in that tournament will be lack of concentration, or feeling or having that belief that they are superior to another team. As long as they believe that it's a game of 11 against 11, if they should just lose that concentration,
exactly,
I think they might end up not winning it. But it would be disappointing if they do not end up winning the Europa Conference
League, at least,
because they are not on the same par with those that perhaps maybe next year, when the registration is open for new addition players, perhaps maybe the manager might decide to bring in the likes of Palmer and everything, because by that time you get to now start to face the bigger boys in that competition.
Exactly.
And where, I think Maresca, regardless of why it might be like maybe Chelsea do not need the Europa League, trust me, Maresca needs it. He also needs it to build his own CV, because when they're counting CVs for himself,
after he leaves
Chelsea, it will be added that in his CV he won an European trophy.
Exactly.
We've had Jose Mourinho win it. If Jose Mourinho can win an Europa League conference,
that's why winning Champions League as well.
I'm just talking. If he can win that, it means that any other manager is not immune to winning things like that. And we can only wish Maresca well in his activities.
All right, now let's also take a look at other games as well in the UEFA Europa Conference League later today. About 9 p.m. Apoel Nicosia will line up against FC Astana, 9 p.m. kickoff. We also have Cercle Brugge as well up against Istanbul Başakşehir as well by 9 p.m. And just like we mentioned, the Chelsea as well are also in action. They will be locking on with Shamrock Rovers, another 9 p.m. kick-off. Yes, for FC Eindhoven, the German club as well, they will be hosting St. Gallen as well by 9 p.m. And I mean, a lot of games as well. Lask versus Vikingo Reykjavik as well later tonight by
just
9 p.m.
Teeth,
Guy, tongue twisters. Let's also leave all of that aside and now take a look at other games as well. In the Coppa Italia, round of 16, it's going to be Inter up against Udinese. By the way, Maduka Okoye has now been out. Or should I say, he's going to be out for some time after undergoing surgery, due to an injury in one of his hands as well. And for the KNVB Beker Cup, that's the League Cup right there in Netherlands. We also have games as well to look for. So Ajax are in action. They will be up against Telstar, as well as Imjik versus Barangdej. We also have Sparta Nikjek as well up against the Graafschap as well later today, and that's going to be by 8 p.m. But let's just quickly talk about the Manchester United game up against Tottenham. I mean, not everyone expects that Tottenham are going to be competing for the Premier League this season. Maybe they could get to the latter stages of the UEFA Europa League, and you also take a look at Manchester United at McIntyre. Ever since Ruben Amorim as well became the manager for Manchester United, it's been up and down. I mean, the win against Bodo Glimt, win against Everton, but we also saw as well weaknesses as well in their play. And very, very recently, that was last week, they came back from a go down to defeat Manchester City, which I think it's a fluke, personally for me. But apart from that, they face each other later today by 9 p.m. at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, McIntyre. In the event that, Tottenham or Manchester United eventually go through, do you really believe that it could be a consolation for a season that they both are currently having?
Well, when you look, like I said earlier on in my opening statements, when you look at the caliber of clubs that are currently in the semi-finals, when you look at Arsenal, you look at Liverpool, and you look at Newcastle.
Newcastle as well.
That tells you a lot. See, all these three, they've not won a title in over 2 to 3 years plus. Sorry, aside from Liverpool that won the Carling Cup. So we could remember
last season.
Yeah, so Liverpool are currently the defending champions
of the
Carabao Cup. When you have Newcastle that have not won a title in God knows how long. You have Arsenal that have not won a title in 3 to 4 years.
4 years.
You have Tottenham that has not won a title since the early 2000s. And you have a Manchester United that last won the Carabao Cup 2 seasons ago. That tells you that it is the big boys that are here that they want to win everything. And when you look at the manager of Tottenham Hotspur, he talked about that he always wins something in the second season. For a manager that says that he wins something in second season, you would be expecting him to do something tonight. It means that he won Manchester City in the last stages of the competition, winning at home against Manchester City, even though that was like the beginning that we never expected will be the capitulation of Manchester City. That started after they lost against Tottenham Hotspur. And Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United are familiar foe.
Exactly.
Tottenham Hotspur have won already against Manchester United this season. However, this is a different manager, so it means that there are plenty of things to ponder. And one of the things you have to give to Amorim is he's not scared to make big decisions.
Exactly.
He has been making big decisions since he came in, and for a manager that's been making big decisions and dropping a player that has been regarded as undroppable in Manchester United in recent years, and he could as well drop Garnacho, that has been like the shining star,
the Puskas Award winner,
Manchester United in recent seasons. That tells you that he is not a manager that is scared to make the big decisions. He has always been chopping and changing his team. So this time around, today we might see a different team or a different approach to what we saw against Manchester City. They had a great game in the first half against Arsenal, but they've capitulated in the second half against Arsenal, conceding those 2 set pieces in the space of few minutes, and that tells you that they are as well beatable. We've seen them in the league against Ipswich. That was his first game against Ipswich, where Ipswich had a fantastic game against Manchester United. And when you have Manchester United playing against Tottenham Hotspur, in recent seasons, you can't really say you can't really identify a particular favorite, because you just don't know which would eventually turn up. And for a Tottenham Hotspur team that actually likes to play an eye line, it's going to be interesting to see how Ahmad will be able to go. Don't forget that Tottenham Hotspur will be as well playing Liverpool
next week Sunday.
This
coming
weekend.
Sunday, yeah.
So that tells you that there's plenty to ponder. Would the manager, because in the game against Southampton during the weekend, he rested Son Johnson after the first half against Southampton, after going 5-0 up against Southampton. So it means that he has 2 games to look up to. Would he be able to grind results? For the next 2 games is left to be seen. But when you look at what's going to happen tonight, it's a battle of bragging rights for the managers, not for the club side.
I can tell you,
for the managers.
From that context, we have 2 managers that I mean, Jᴏɪṛ Postecoglou has only spent 1 season as the manager for Tottenham. And apart from that, Ruben Amorim has also just joined, Manchester United. But even before, I think it was before the beginning of this season, Jᴏɪṛ Postecoglou made mouth, and then he said that, he always wins something in his second season.
It was after some losses this
after
season.
some losses this year, exactly. And you also have Ruben Amorim as well, who has just joined Manchester United, and then there is a clear intent that he has to win a trophy. Now, I'm going to be asking you, who needs to win the Carabao Cup more? Because it's a case of both managers needing to win a trophy.
Well, it's not. I don't really think that Amorim is currently in ICU at the moment.
Open heart surgery.
Yeah, they're currently in ICU at the moment. I don't think any sane Manchester United would be demanding. It's not as if maybe if the trophy comes, maybe they would not appreciate it. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is it would be actually it would be funny to see a United fan demanding that the manager must win a silverware in this season. If you had started with them, perhaps maybe they could have a different view. But for a United team that's currently in transition, we've seen Maguire against Manchester City. He never lost any ground duel. It was neck and neck with Alan. So that tells you that there's something the manager is currently doing that the previous manager was not doing.
Exactly.
We've seen Ahmad shining star. He has just been there. He has been one of their best players for the past few weeks. So you can't really demand Manchester United or the manager that he must win something. Perhaps the man that needs to win something and his biggest chance of winning any silverware so far this season is actually the Carabao Cup, because once he wins this, he gets into the semi-final. When he gets in the semi-final, he could get a draw whereby he could fancy his chances winning the semi-final and having 2 games. After tonight, if he wins tonight, he has just 2 games to seal Carabao Cup and remain and be a legend for his club, because they've not won something in a long time. And on the other side, this is a manager whereby he's just getting his team. He does not even know his starting lineup yet at the moment, so you can't really demand him to win a trophy this season. And next season, maybe you can start demanding him winning something. But like I said earlier, in doing beginning of this season, when you and Okpe came for me and I said, Ten Hag is not the manager that can take United. And you guys said he won the Carabao Cup. I said that is not the trophy United fans want to see winning. United fans want to win the Premier League. They want to compete to win the Premier League. They want to compete to win the Champions League. And I believe Amorim's target right now would be to ensure that United ends up in Europe, not in Europa Conference League, but to at worst be in Europa League. And I believe that would be the thing that United fans would demand from the manager, and not demanding the manager to win a silverware.
Anyways, let's hear what the people have to say. 013-6410-410, 013-6410-410. We already have a text message already on WhatsApp, and this is Jacob Cool. He says, "Hi guys, that Mateta guy, not Chelsea kind of player. Nothing anyone can tell me." And on Facebook as well, we also have 2 comments. But then before we also read the comments, let's pick this caller. Hello, good evening. Where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening, Anwar. This is Anwar line.
Anwar, you're welcome.
Good evening, Chief.
Yes, boss. So how's it been?
Very well. How's yours been too?
Yeah. So as a United fan, I understand how you guys are talking, but you guys have analyzed the points of the pre-match
analysis
stuff so far. Yes, but Manchester United is still Manchester United. It's because you don't win, the UK journalists now, they will still want to drag this Rashford case. And I said something. Rashford must leave. And thank God everything is coming to. He must leave. If Amorim wants to be successful, Rashford needs to leave. But I still think that United now, if they can bring the confidence from their last match against Man City, what they need now is momentum. Being in a cup or a league match, they need momentum, a winning momentum, winning mentality. If they get away from this match, then it's a no-brainer. You can push them to next game against Bournemouth and get maximum 3 points. So that's it for me this evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Oliver. Now, Akinta, let's quickly talk about Marcus Rashford. I mean, just a few days ago, he gave an interview, and in that interview, he said he gave an hint that he could be leaving Manchester United, that he wants to compete. He's looking for new challenges elsewhere. And I mean, I think the next day as well, the manager talking about Ruben Amorim as well also gave a statement, and he said Manchester United are better when Rashford is in the team. And that was not even evident due to the fact that Marcus Rashford was not part of that team that played against Manchester City. And I also report as well that rumors I heard as well also say that he's not going to be part of the matchday squad that will be prosecuting the game against Tottenham. A lot of people are saying Rashford has to leave Manchester United. Rashford has to leave Manchester United. How much of an impact do you think Rashford's departure would have on Manchester United, Akintayo?
Well, you see, when you have a player that came into limelight at the age of 17,
that was 2016. I think that was against Midtjylland in the UEFA Europa League.
Because there was an injury to
a couple of days ago.
An injury to
a couple of days later, Akintayo, he also scored a brace against Arsenal.
Yes,
and that was when he burst onto the scene.
Yeah. So where I'm going to is when you have a player like that came into the limelight at a very young age, and he keeps on playing for. When you look at the duration, at the time when Rashford was already 2021, he already has more Premier League games under his belt than most senior players.
Exactly.
And that tells you that he has been playing. You might look at his age being young, but when you look at the amount of games he has played in his career, that tells you a lot. This is a player that did not even make I don't think he made the Euros. I'm trying to remember the tournaments where I think he didn't make the last Euros. I think he was dropped for the last Euros. Yes, he was dropped for the last Euros. See, when you have players coming to the press, maybe after being dropped, and they start saying, well, they don't know, they want to compete. Sometimes they just want a reaction from the club or from the manager, just trying to remind the manager, or they want to apply pressure where some certain figures in the club might start putting out and saying that, Rashford is the image of the club. He came from the academy.
He's a poster boy.
He had a chance to move to Manchester City. He declined. This is a player that the younger players are looking up to. But when you look at it critically and see what has happened, how many impacts has he had in recent seasons? See, it's not like I have always told my friends that are actually United fans that Rashford is not that player. He would give you those moments. But he's not that player that will give you on a consistent basis. Perhaps maybe if he moved to another club, maybe he could be doing that on a consistent basis. But at the moment, and because he has had, I wouldn't say sports, but he has had that mentality that he is undroppable and he has to play. That's why you would see.
When you're good, Akintayo.
See, it's not about being
good. There's no way
we have seen it. And that's one of the downfall for Ten Hag, because Ten Hag could not take the bulls by the horn. He could not make those big decisions. Ten Hag could not drop Rashford.
He dropped Maguire.
If you could remember,
he dropped Maguire.
The only reason why he dropped Maguire was because the talks were too much, and he had to reinforce. And when you reinforce, because when you look at Maguire was not his signing, so he could drop Maguire. He brought in Lecha. That is
Lisandro
Martinez. He brought in Delete. He brought in Mazraoui. He brought in Euro. He brought in a couple of players that could tell you that he was not relying on Maguire. But now, if you could remember the game against Liverpool, Manchester United against Liverpool, where whereby the fans actually thought that Rashford could actually go out. Guess what? He did not remove Rashford. He instead removed Garnacho and brought in Ahmad. And when you have managers that are scared to make big decisions, that's what happened. And Rashford,
take people out of the firing line.
See, Rashford needs to leave. It's not because of anything. See, if Rashford was playing at the level that he ought to be playing, Garnacho should be coming in as a backup player. Garnacho should not be. See, there's nothing they've not done for Rashford. They've played Rashford as a 9. He has failed to deliver because there have been complaints that he cannot be playing his back to the goal. He needs to play. Later, they returned him back to the wing so as to ensure that let him drive. But sometimes you see Rashford, he doesn't track back. He doesn't track back. He doesn't tackle. When you give him some balls to make runs,
loses the ball.
He doesn't make runs behind the defense. He doesn't do anything. And it's when you have a player that is having that ego that is like the senior player in that team. That's the problem, because when you look at the players around him and you look at Marcus Rashford, in as much as Marcus Rashford might feel like he's one of the senior players in that team, but when you ask him how many things have you achieved in your career where you can start feeling, I believe that should be a motivation for players. It's not about being the eldest or being the eldest or having the most caps in a team. It's about what have you achieved.
Or the oldest serving player.
There's a reason why managers make those big money. It's because when you come in, and that's one of the things that people had with Ten Hag and Ronaldo. They feel like if it were to be like a Carlos Ancelotti, or it could be like a Jose Mourinho or a Klopp, if he talks to a certain Ronaldo, there's a way Ronaldo would respond. But when
exactly.
Ronaldo looks like, bruv, what have you won?
Anyways, let's hear from the fans. Let's hear what the fans have to say. 09136,410, 09136,410. How much of an impact do you think Rashford leaving Manchester United would have on the club? 09136,410. Hello, good afternoon. Good evening, rather. You know where you're calling from?
Yeah, good evening.
The name where you're calling from?
Olayinka.
Yeah, welcome, Olayinka.
Yeah, please, where is Okoyemi?
Okoyemi is MIA.
He's on an official assignment.
He has not sent my hairstyle.
Oh, wow.
He asked me to send.
Did you send the number, Yinka?
I already sent it.
Okay, you know what you're going to do for us, Yinka? Kindly send your number again to 09136,430 as a text message or WhatsApp. 430 09136,430 Yinka 09136,430.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be expecting your text message. I'll reach out to him personally myself. Hello, good evening. Your name, where are you calling from?
Good evening, gentlemen in the studio.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good evening,
Aki.
Baba.
Man, you know what you did yesterday by missing in action. You gave Agbasobi Biggie that chance to popular you. He did that for many.
I gave you Woto.
I was just smiling where I was.
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing quite well.
Well done, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Let me quickly take your mind back to when Rashford's problem started. If you can recollect when they said they saw him passing away near
that
Ireland.
was it.
You understand? With young ladies like that. I think what would be ideal at this stage for Rashford is start considering settling down as a family man. You understand? Marry, maybe he's being distracted. Why don't you look? No, if you can know Anthony Marshall, they're about the same age. When Anthony Marshall decided to settle down as a family man, it impacted positively on you. And I think as a high income earner of that about £350,000 per week, what else are you looking for? Why don't you start considering maybe settle down as a family man and fix your career? It will impact positively. Look at the Cristiano Ronaldo. About 7 years ago, decided to take the ball and settle down as a married man. He impacted positively. Look at Messi. Those are the people you use as your narration. You understand? You decide that this is the trajectory. I want to be a serious-minded individual. Forget those big boyish attitude you are portraying around. Look at the fact that you have to make the English squad without playing regularly. You are not going to England. You're not going to be giving invitation. And then that's that. That one, Lookman, gentlemen. If Lookman, we should just remain in Atalanta. That environment, the ambience of that city, and the club's environment, really complements his football. I don't think moving away
I also believe
to any club would be very good now. That's my point, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Wumi. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I go along with what Wumi has said. I mean, I don't like Lukman has done a lot for Atlanta.
Well, if you're a player with ambition, you don't think that you want to retire your prime years at Atlanta. With due respect to Atlanta, I'm not trying to disrespect them, but when you are at that stage, when you are one of, maybe the chance is not big enough for him. But if he's ambitious and he wants to compete with the big boys, and trust me, you don't think Atlanta can win the Champions League. Not like they cannot win it, but you would not give them as a favorite. And it's not just about, you want to be in a club where where you become a brand itself, where you go, people recognize you easily. It's not just being, like I tell you, sometimes it's not just about being a big fish in a small pond. Sometimes it's nice to be one of the big fishes. One of the big fishes. When they are talking about those fishes, they will remember your name as well.
You can be small and still compete.
Yes, you can be small and still compete.
You can be small and compete.
But you don't want to be...
Let's hear from Yinka. Hello, good evening, Yinka.
Yeah.
You're calling back again.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Yeah, things don't work the way we think at times with footballers. I remember in 2015, that I was privileged to meet Jᴏɪᴜ Oᴘᴇɪᴇ immediate elder brother. But I asked him a straightforward question, because I discovered at that time, after winning the AFCON, that Oᴘᴇɪ was almost in oblivion. Oᴘᴇɪ decided
to go to China.
So and he gave me a very straightforward answer. He said Oᴘᴇɪ had some family pressing demands that he had to meet. That his younger brother needed more money to be able to take care of the entire family. That was the reason he moved. So I couldn't blame him. So most of these players are their prime at times. Okay, look at Fini, for instance now. I learned he'll be moving to Saudi Arabia anytime from now. All these guys want money. Guinea has won everything in football. If Ademola Lookman eventually wins the Syria trophy this season, he might not be able to win the Champions League. If he's able to win, and there's more money waiting for him somewhere, he can move.
Thank you so much.
Why did he just stay in Atlanta for the rest of his career? He cannot. When more money is waiting for him elsewhere, he has to move. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yinka. We appreciate that call. Thank you so much. I mean, you really can't afford these things, Akitayo. But then let's also check our messages on Facebook. Adamila Odushola says, good evening to you guys in the studio. Aside from Vinicius Jr. of Real Madrid, currently Ademola Lookman will make top 3 of the best left winger in the world. Currently, he has improved his game a lot. You agree with that?
True. Factors.
Apart from Vinicius Jr.
Who in England can you name that will bench him? That will bench this current Ademola at that same position?
I can't find a name.
Good. You've answered yourself.
Anyways, let's also leave all that aside as well. Yes, a bit of an information now. A struggling Wolverhampton has now appointed a former Porto boss in person of Vitor Pereira as their new head coach. And now
Wolves do not want to leave the Portuguese market. I don't know. Maybe there's money laundry. Maybe there's money laundry, or maybe there is something. I just know there must be something going on with Wolverhampton and Portugal and the Portuguese people.
Anyways, but then what's the name now? Wolverhampton will have to pay a deal. I think it's a release clause to the club that he manages, talking about Vitor Pereira, for him to move to Wolverhampton in the English Premier League. And for Everton as well, the Fredkin Group has now completed its takeover of Everton, and that has now ended the tenure of Fahad Moshiri as the the owner, and that's I think well over. The funniest thing is Fahad Moshiri has invested well over 100 million in Everton.
Well, I think personally, I believe that where they started having problem was when Carlos Ancelotti left them for Real Madrid. I think that changed the trajectory. They were on a very good trajectory. They brought beautiful players in. They brought James Rodriguez. They brought brilliant players into the squad. They were going on a good trajectory. But after that move to Real Madrid, now they had to settle for Lampard at some point in time. Then later they brought in the Big Sam, just to ensure they did not go on relegation. Now they brought in Sean Dyche. So you could tell that sometimes life does not just go the way you plan, and when you can't blame them. See, Everton have spent close to 500-600 million Great British pounds for the past 10 to 15 years, and they've not won jack.
let's just see if they don't eventually get relegated this season.
I don't think so.
And play their next season in their new stadium because they'll be living the good in
I can understand how you feel. You are the other. You are from the red side of my side.
Exactly.
So it's fine.
But guys, at this way we have to leave the studio at the moment. 57 minutes rather gone past the 6 p.m. We have to really leave the studio yes as soon as possible. But before we go, I would like to send a quick birthday shout out, special birthday shout out by the way, to the media officer of the Handball Federation of Nigeria in person of Mr. Cosmos Chukwuemeka. Happy birthday to you, sir. He is my mentor, my personal mentor. And yes, without him, there probably wouldn't be Agbatomi. Thank you so much, guys. We have to leave the studio already. Up next is Way Back Waves with Rio Jalpio, and it's already yes in the studio already. I will be back tomorrow by 6 p.m. Yes, Sport Close, of course. Myself and Akin Atai will be back. Maybe I can tell Wood also decided to go MIA tomorrow as well. Let's
tell me what I go do in my mind.
Get coconut head.
Yeah, I get coconut head.
All right, guys, have a wonderful and enjoyable Thursday evening. Goodbye.
With just a little faith, if you put your mind to it, you can surely do